Am I overreacting? My fiancé isn't invited to the wedding because the bride doesn't want people thinking she is prettier than her. My 26 male lifelong best friend, 26 male, is getting married later this year. When he first got engaged, he asked me to be one of the groomsmen. I obviously accepted and have been excited for the wedding and to see my best friend get married. His fiancée, 26 female, and my fiancée, 25 female, have always gotten along really well. The four of us hang out pretty frequently, always have a great time, and there has never been any problems. My fiancé has always considered her a friend and has been extremely happy for them and excited about their wedding. His fiancé has even asked my fiancé for her thoughts and suggestions on certain decor for the wedding, venues, colors, things like that. The official wedding invitations were sent out recently, and when it arrived at our house, I noticed it was only addressed to me, and also didn't say anything about a +1. I was kind of surprised by this because I had been assuming that my fiancé would be invited given the fact that I have been with my fiancé for 4 years, longer than he has been with his fiancée. He has been my best friend since preschool, the four of us hang out all the time, and some of my family members received invitations to the wedding. But before jumping to conclusions, I thought maybe none of the groomsmen or other friends of the bride and groom are allowed to have a +1 due to costs or things like that, since weddings are obviously expensive. The other groomsmen are all friends of mine and his, so I called them to see if their significant others were also not invited. Turns out, every single one of them received an invitation that included their significant other, and the bridesmaids all get to bring their significant others as well. So at that point, I called him to let him know that I got my invitation but that my fiancé was not included on the invitation, and I asked if there was just an error or they forgot to include her on it. That's when he informed that his fiancé doesn't want my fiancé coming to the wedding because she doesn't want all of the guests thinking that my fiancé is prettier than her. Now I will say, my fiancé is insanely gorgeous. If I had a penny every time someone asked me how I managed to get her, I would be a billionaire. On the other hand, his fiancée isn't the most conventionally attractive woman. I feel bad saying that, and it's something I have never said out loud to anyone, but for context to the situation, I wanted to include that here. I told him that I know it's not my wedding, so I don't get to pick the guest list, but I think it's a bit unfair and ridiculous that my fiancé, who they are friends with, is the only significant other of the whole entire wedding party that doesn't get to come to the wedding because his fiancé is worried people will think she is prettier than her. I told him that his fiancé is the bride, so everyone is going to be looking at her, and no one is going to be focusing on my fiancé, who isn't even a bridesmaid, so she's not even going to be standing up in front of everyone, instead. He said that he agrees with me and that he has already tried multiple times to explain this to his fiancé, but that she won't budge, and is insistent that everyone will think my fiancé is prettier. So I ended up telling him that I cannot be a groomsman or attend the wedding then, because in my eyes it's not fair to my fiancé for me to attend, or be in a wedding where she is the only significant other not invited due to the bride's own insecurities. He's upset with me now and thinks I'm overreacting, but I just don't think this is fair. My fiancé told me not to worry about her and that I should be part of my best friend's big day, but even with my fiancé being completely fine with me going, I honestly don't want to be around the bride.
Follow for more.